Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. Alright, so things are really starting to pick up, not only on this channel, got a lot of comments going back and forth, mostly very, very positive, like literally 98% positive. I want to thank you guys for the comments, and I want to thank you guys for moving forward, and a lot of you that have joined this channel recently and have been speaking up, which is a very good thing, is you finally realized, whether it was this year, last year, 5 or 10 years ago, that you can't not speak up. If you're quiet, if you're this victim, they're gonna run you over. So I've noticed there's just a couple people, I think 2, there might have been a third one, I deleted 2 of them off the channel. They are narcissists, and they are giving narcissistic advice such as back away slowly, be a coward, be weak, don't speak up. They literally are writing this on this channel. There's a couple rules that I want you to hear. I don't really believe in rules, but here's the deal. If anyone tells you don't fight back, they are a narcissist. At the very least, they're a flying monkey and or were influenced and brainwashed by a narcissist. When you do not protect yourself or defend yourself, once a narcissist realizes that, they go full frontal attack. And they unleash on you. Okay? When narcissist smells weakness, they attack. Remember, they're using the predator brain. Well, what is a lion, a cougar, freaking, a tiger, what's the other one, a black panther, sort of, what are they looking for? They're looking for the weakest not person, but they're looking for like the weakest cattle, the weakest deer, the weakest one in the herd. They don't go after the strong ones because they don't want to get hurt. They don't even want to go after the medium ones who are medium strong. They go after the weak and the lame to take them out. So if you listen to the advice of back away slowly, back away quietly, don't defend yourself, don't speak up, walk away quietly, or narcissists are stronger than you, that is absolute complete bullshit, and that's an absolute total lie. Here's another lie. Someone actually posted that narcissists are smarter than you and they know this game better. No, they don't. You've lived this game your whole life. Whether it was your family, then it was a friend, then it was a teacher, then it was a boss, then it was this person, then there's a relationship. We've been dealing with this shit our whole lives. We know this game inside and out because the narcissists have thrown every tool, every attack from every angle. The fact of the matter is, you are a lot smarter. Narcissists are they're what we call, and I don't mean this, it's the first word that came up, and I actually don't mean it in a negative way, but they're dimwits, meaning they're not very bright, they're dim. And that's the one thing about narcissists, they live in darkness. They're using the lower brain, the smaller brain. You are using the higher brain, the right brain. That's why you're intuitive. That's why you're smarter. So first of all, this channel's purpose and intention is to empower you, to take a stand, to speak up, to speak out loudly, speak out publicly, not to sit there and listen to a narcissist. Oh no, don't do that, because narcissists are, you know what, actually, hold on, I'm going to read it off, hold on. Alright, so first of all, I never said go look for a narcissist and then attack them. I've never said that, and I've never said physically attack them. I'm talking about verbally speaking up for yourself, verbally giving their own medicine back to them. Because narcissists can't take their own medicine, not even a morsel, not even a drop. It freaks them out. They can't deal with it. So here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying engage in an argument and debate with a narcissist. That's just a waste of fucking time. Excuse my language. No, I'm saying if they take you out to a restaurant, out to a party, out to a group of friends, or anywhere, just stand up, speak your mind, and walk away. I never said give them a chance to have a conversation with you. We all know how that works out. They just spin circles, and they always spin themselves in their own circle, and they get all tied up in knots, and they're just, well, let me think about that. Yeah. So someone had said, don't attempt to play their game because they're the masters at it. Yeah, they're the masters of being a dumbass. No one said to be a dumbass, and no one said to play their game. I'm saying give them a dose of their medicine, watch them freak out, and then just walk away. I didn't say like engage and entwine in this long-term battle of hanging out with them and spending. No, I never said. I just get rid of them, walk and block, and if they come back, bite back, and then leave again. All right, so one of the things I did, I actually went to the police and talked to them about it and showed them, who this person was, and then also the manager of the building. And I gave an alert to her and said, hey, if you see this person on the property, I told them this is private property, to call the police immediately to have them arrested. I also went to my neighbors and said, hey, if you see this person on the property, take pictures of them and then call the police immediately. So there's ways that you can fight back. You can get restraining orders. You can report it to the police. If you live on a property or work in a business, you can report it to the owner, the managers, etc. Okay, so if you run into anyone, even if they're a quote-unquote Christian, there's a lot of demonic narcissists in the Christian community, in the churches, even pastors and ministers. Not all of them, okay? A lot of you Christians and you're good people. You come with good heart, but the narcissists have invaded and have infiltrated the church, and they have twisted the truth of all the words. That's what they do. They twist words, they twist the meanings, they change the meanings, they weaken the meanings. They'll even change the name, like from light warriors to light workers, so you don't realize you're a warrior, that you can fight back. And that's one of the okay, right there. That is the whole thing about a narcissist. They don't want you to fight back. They have to find a way to trick you, to manipulate you, to convince you that fighting back is wrong. When I'm stabbing you, when I'm putting poison in your food, when I'm raping your children, when I'm doing these horrendous things, don't fight back. Just pray to God and be peaceful. To which I say, does anyone remember in the Bible where Jesus got so pissed off, he went through the courtroom, not the law, but the area where they're selling stuff, and he flipped over tables and he smashed stuff, and I think he even had a whip, if I remember right. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but he smashed stuff and he yelled and he was freaking pissed. Does anyone else remember where it says the second coming of Christ, he does not come back as a weak lamb? He comes back as what? A roaring lion to devour. So the idea that you're here to be victimized and to be a weak victim and to just be quiet and just put up with the abuse, that is absolute complete bullshit. Let me ask you a question. Let's say Jesus was in a room full of children and they're being raped, molested, beaten, slapped, whipped, knocked around. Do you think Christ would say, all you gotta do is just turn the other cheek and walk away. It's okay, just ignore this, just act like you don't see it, just look the other way? No, Jesus would get involved physically. As I said in my past videos, the translation of look the other way, turn the other cheek, it means to literally walk away. So when you realize someone's demonic, when you realize someone is like backstabbing you and doing all this messed up shit, I'm not saying stay there and hang out and just try to battle. No, just turn and walk away. I'm saying if they come after you walk away, yeah, then you stand up, then you speak out. I'll give you an example. When I was writing my second book, I used to go to this coffee shop in Nevada, and there was this girl there. Now, she wasn't a citizen. She was actually here illegally, which is, fine. That's not a judgment. That's not my point. But she just hated America, hated the flag, and just all that bullshit. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And she just kept coming after me, and I finally what is your fucking deal? And so one day I walked in there again, I was sitting by myself. At this point I'd never argued, disagreed, just listened to her, like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks for sharing. And I was sitting at this table, and it was a packed house. It was a coffee shop, but it was a packed house. They had couches and lounges and, like soft chairs. It's just tables, everything. So out of the blue, she goes, God bless America. And she's just being really loud. Now, this is a grown woman. I think she was about 36 years old at this point. And she came and sat at my table, faced right in front of me. I'm just like, what is she doing? She's, oh, the American flag and American this, American's not that, and it's not that great, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so then why are you here? Why don't you just go home? And the whole crowd just erupted and started to cheer. And I was like, whoa, because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if the crowd was on her side, but I just got sick and tired of it, and I spoke up. Now, did I go to her house and attack her? Did I go hunt her down and find out what coffee shop she's at? No, I never said that. So I basically just said a few things like, well, if you don't like the flag, the United States flag, you're in the wrong place. This is America. There's American flags everywhere. Like, what do you want? And I wasn't even disagreeing with her. I was just saying, so why are you here if you hate it so much? And she was telling me how great life was in her country. I'm like, so then why did you cross the border illegally to come here? Why are you going through all this effort to be here? I go, why don't you just go back to your country if you're so goddamn happy with your country? I mean, it sounds like, honestly, it sounds like a wonderful place. I wish America was that great. And the whole crowd just erupted in laughter and started clapping. And I was just like, look, I don't know why you're yelling at me, what I have to do with your issue, but just leave me alone. And let me tell you, there was a little bit more in that conversation, but what ended up happening is from that point forward, she never fucked with me. But before that, it was like 2-3 times a week, she would just come up to me and say some smart ass thing. And it was horrible. So I get a lot of people on here, not a lot, sorry, it's about 3 people total. And they're saying, oh, well, I would never destroy a narcissist. I would just never destroy anyone. I'm a Christian. It's like, really? Okay, so here's what I mean when I say destroy narcissists. I literally mean destroy narcissist abuse. And what you're destroying is you're destroying their ego. You're not attacking them, their home, their body. You're not physically doing anything. Here's what you're doing. Oh, the horror. You're holding them accountable. You're calling them on their shit. And guess what we all learned from this? Narcissists don't like being called on their own shit. Narcissists do not like to be held accountable. That's what I'm talking about. So if you think this is like a horrible thing, you're on the wrong channel. Get off. Now let's go back to the lady who attacked me because she didn't like the country. And the thing about, like, I never brought it up. I'm like, and I remember looking like, why does she keep? And I even asked. We had like a group of friends there, and I was like, why does she keep bringing this up with me? And they're like, I don't know, dude. It's kind of weird. And it was really weird. So she was just bullying me, and they're like, well, why don't you like say something or speak up? And that guy's like, I don't know, because I don't want to hurt her feelings. That was my empath thing. Oh, I don't want to hurt her feelings, even though she was doing everything to make me look like an ass. And I'm like, what's going on here? So what did I do? I confronted her on her bullshit. I confronted her on her truth. I confronted her on what she said. I called her on her bullshit. So what happened? And here's the thing, I didn't even yell. I just like out loud just say, hey, well, blah, 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 because the crowd was super quiet. So I didn't have to yell. I just called her on each and everything. And she was like, oh shit. And the crowd just burst just out and applaud. And some people whistled. And here's what ended up happening. She left. She never came back. In fact, the next time I saw her, there was literally, I think it was a year or year and a half later, and I was sitting down on my computer, and her and a friend sat down at the only table there, and she looks and I'm like, oh shit. And I acted like I didn't know her, waiting for, because I figured she was going to say something or apologize or anything, or just say hi. Nope, she eventually got up and she was so embarrassed, she just left, and she's never been back since. Now, did I send flying monkeys after her to harass her? Did I do harassing phone calls like narcissists do? Did I do emails, harassing emails? Did I get fake Google phone numbers so they couldn't trace it back? No, I didn't do anything. I just called her on her shit and left it at that, and boom, it was over. So for the 2 people on here who said, oh, well, I would just never, attack someone. I'm not saying, I'm saying destroy the narcissist, meaning destroy their abuse, meaning destroy their ego. Once you destroy the abuse, here's what I'm saying. Disarm them. You disarm them with the truth. You disarm them with calling them on their shit. People, here's what's going on in the world. This is good news. More and more people are speaking up. More and more people are just flat out calling narcissists on their bullshit. And it's starting to get better. The light is getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And more people are starting to see narcissists. They're going, holy shit. So essentially, what are we doing? We are starving them of supply. There's something that there's actual energy where they're sucking the energy out of you. And I know you felt it because you always feel drained when you're around these people. Even when they come back months later to try to hoover you, you feel this instant, like within 5 minutes, you just feel, Jesus, I feel tired again. It's incredible. Did you not read your Bible? Does God not say, man does not live on bread and water alone? Man lives on the manna from the heavens. So here I was in Hawaii studying NLP, hypnosis, and Huna, which is the Hawaiian energy healing. And guess what they call energy? They call it mana. And I went, wait a minute, is this the same thing they're talking about? Yes, it's energy. This is the energy that you're supposed to receive so you can have vital energy. So here's the thing, empaths are wide open. That's why we receive lots and lots of energy. That's why narcissists love us. Like, oh, it's like you're a gas station full of fuel, and they're going to come over, and like a car, they're going to take off the pump, and they're going to, suck the energy from you, from your solar plexus. So literally what happens is when they get drained, they come back around and they refuel, they suck the life force from you, and they leave and they go party and do their thing, right? See, narcissists are supposed to learn how to open up, to open their chakras. Now this is what I teach people, is how to open up to receive energy from the universe, because there's an abundance of supply. And guess what? It's absolutely free. It's free for all. But narcissists don't want to do that. They'd rather suck the life force out of you and leave you drained while they temporarily have some energy for a few days to a week. Alright, so let's get to some quotes some people on my page have left. Really, really good quotes, by the way. So this person, essentially what he says is, narcissists will use and abuse those who are willing victims. And that's the entire thing that I'm talking about. So when predators go hunting, they look for the ones that are the weakest. Narcissists are predators. They're using the lower reptilian brain, the predator brain. They want you to be weak. They want you to be willing. They want to brainwash you, twist truths into saying you can't fight for yourself, you can't stand up for yourself. That's wrong. Don't you believe in Jesus? Jesus was a coward. Jesus was a wimp. Jesus was weak. No, Jesus was never, ever weak. Jesus is definitely not a coward. He confronted everybody. You know what it changes is when something inside you, it's like a feeling, it just says no more. I'm done with being bullied. I'm done with the games. I'm done with the lies. And you start calling them on their bullshit, and you walk and you block. Being a quiet, willing victim will only bring on more attacks from them and their flying monkeys. You've got to remember, covert narcissists are cowards. They have a lot of shame inside, and they're terrified of people finding out. The whole reason why they need someone to attack and beat down is so their illusion in their brain is, oh, I'm confident and they're weak. It's a visual illusion. What I'm saying is break that illusion. When I say destroying narcissist or destroying narcissist abuse, I'm saying break that illusion, smash it in their face, and they'll be like, oh shit, this is a freaking lion that I'm dealing with. Even worse, oh shit, I'm dealing with a honey badger, and they don't give a shit. One thing you have to remember, the narcissist brain is literally, I'm going to cuss, it's fucked up. It's not functioning correctly. For example, as I put in a video before, my ex-girlfriend, who was about 115 pounds, 5'1", or actually a little bit under that, here I was benching 365 pounds for 2 solid reps by myself with no help, squatting like 600 pounds for 5 reps, and on and on. I was the United States #1 ranked kickboxer in my weight division of the United States, kicking ass. She came to practice, she watched me spar, she watched me knock people around, but it was like, you got to understand, when I was with her, I was soft like pillows, and oh hey honey, even my voice, I was so sweet and kind. So her narcissistic brain experienced softness with me, so that's all she ever knew. So she could see something externally, but until she felt it, she didn't realize like I could totally kick her ass. In fact, what happened was she started punching me. And then another day she punched me 4 or 5 times. I'm like, what are you doing? And then about a week later, she just bop, 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 bop. And I open palmed her in the chest. She, not hard, very, very lightly. And she had these big, thick heels on. And I was trying to push her away. But her heel caught on the carpet and she fell down, hit her butt on the floor, and kind of banged her head on the corner. And she starts bawling. She starts crying. And I immediately bent down. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Are you okay? She's just like, hysterically crying. I'm like, baby, I go, did you break your tailbone? She goes, no, it's okay. I'm like, does it hurt? She goes, no. I go, did you bruise your butt? She goes, no, it's okay. I'm like, and I looked at her head. I thought, well, maybe she banged her head on the wall harder than I realized. And I'm looking at her head for her blood, and I don't see nothing. And I goes, your head? She goes, yeah, it's fine. Why? I'm like, why are you crying? She goes, I always thought I could kick your ass. And I was like, wait, what? And I kind of giggled. I go, wait, are you being serious? Yeah, I just thought you were this big wimp that I could kick your ass. And I'm like, what? And so what ended up happening was I shattered her illusion. So she had to completely reevaluate with the way she'd been dealing with me all this time. Because I could never understand, like, why was she so freaking physically pushy with me? It didn't make any sense. Well, let me tell you, once again, once you call them on their shit, you gotta understand, when you call them on their shit, you shatter their illusion. You're like, whoa, shit, this person never spoke up before. Holy shit, they're actually calling me on my shit. And it's like you're putting it out in their face so they can see their lies and their bullshit. And you become the lion verbally, and they're like, oh shit, this person's not falling for my lies. They're not going along with the bullshit. This is what I mean when I say destroying the narcissist or destroying narcissist abuse. Destroy their illusion, and reality will smack them upside the head, and they'll be like, ugh, and they go into a panic and they literally freak out. When you shatter that illusion, their whole world comes collapsing down. They have a complete and total meltdown. Now, I made a video about that, and I don't know if I already put it out. I think it's one of the videos on my list that I have to upload, but here's what happens. So this person on my channel goes, oh, well, they never miss you. Oh, yes, they fucking do. Here's what happens. So my ex-girlfriend used to lean forward and sniff my body and sniff the back of my neck. She did it in the grocery store line. I remember this woman did it. I'm like, what the fuck? And finally my girlfriend, well, it's like, you smell really good, right? These are called pheromones. They get addicted to you chemically. It is 10 times more powerful than a heroin addiction. They get hooked on you chemically. This is one of the energy sources that they get from you that energizes them. Here's the deal. When you walk and block, they literally need to get you back. They go. It's for about, I don't know if it's 6 months or longer, but for a long time, like a heroin addict, when they don't get their heroin because they're in a hospital, they're arrested in jail. They curl up in a ball and they fucking shake and they sweat. It is the most horrendous thing a narcissist can go through. So here's what a narcissist does. Now, you know how they try to trauma bond you? On an unconscious, or I should say, chemical level, they got trauma bonded to you. And when you leave, they're fucked. They are hooked chemically. And that addiction it's worse than when you're trying to break a heroin addiction. They have to go to work. They have to go to life. They have to deal with all this bullshit. And inside, they're absolutely dying. This is why a narcissist will come back and hoover you again and again and again. They need your supply. I made a video about this very recently. So it was July 17th, and the name of the video is Trauma Bonding, Total Narcissistic Destruction, 180-degree power shift into your hands. That video talks more about how you have way more power than you ever thought in a million years dealing with a narcissist. So here we are with HR 3800. He says, no retreat, no surrender. Yes, sir, absolutely. So My Spoon is Too Big says, this sounds like that movie Hillbilly Elegy. I just looked it up, and I'm going to put a link to an intro to that movie in the description box. It is absolutely right on target. So right here, the grandma is giving her grandson tough love, saying, you've got to decide, basically. You know, I'm not going to give it up. You've got to watch even the intro. This is exactly about narcissist abuse. This whole movie, the kids' mom's a narcissist. The grandma is turning tough, saying you've got to be tough, stand your ground, and the whole thing. And one of the things that the mom does, she goes, I'm trying. I'm going to tell you right now, the word try is a bullshit word. It is the narcissist #1 go-to word. Oh, I'm trying, which means they're not trying. There's no such thing as try. Like, how do you try and pick up a pencil? You either pick it up or you don't. There's no try. How do you pick up a bottle of water? You either pick it up or you don't. I recommend watching this movie, and also going to give you another red flag. When someone uses the word try or the word but a lot, or the word no or not or can't or won't, if they use those words a lot, get away. They are a narcissist. Alright, so here's the deal, people. I think this movie came out, let's see, it was either 2 months ago or 2 years ago, I forget, and I don't have it up here anymore, so I'm not going to try to look it up right now. So here's the deal, people. The light is shining, and what I literally mean that is people, okay, look, you got to understand. If you go back 20, 30, 40, 50 years, we were literally living in the dark ages. We are just right now starting to come out of the dark ages. People are starting to see what's been going on for centuries and thousands of years. Narcissists have been bullshitting people, twisting words, changing the definition, saying, oh, you're a light worker, not a light warrior. I mean, and getting rid of all the actual truth. Now we've got movies coming out about this. We even I was going down the road. I live near San Francisco on Highway 101, and one of the major, I think it was Alice, the radio station, one of the #1 top radio stations in the Bay Area is Alice, and they're playing this song about narcissism. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So it's by Lauren Spencer Smith, Narcissist official video. So you can look that up on YouTube if you want. Here's my overall message. It's coming out in the movies. It's coming out in music. It's being played on national airwaves, podcasts, YouTube channels. It's all over the place. Narcissists are under attack from every angle, and they are losing their grip on society, and they know it, and they're freaking out. This is a Greek wife of the king. Even she is powerful. Even she is strong. She tells her king, do it. And he screams at him, this is Sparta! And we all know what happens after that. Yep, the king of Greece kicks the messenger of Xerxes into the pit. This is what we're essentially doing. Maybe not physically, but we're doing it verbally. We're doing it publicly. We're doing it through music, through songs. This is what I mean when I say destroy narcissist abuse. I'm not saying go to war, pull out a sword. I never said anything like that at all. I'm simply saying speak up, be strong. When you shut that door, don't ever open it up again. Starve them of your energy. Starve them of your attention so they can die off and wither away. And that's exactly what happens to them. Remember, be a Spartan, be a warrior, be strong, stand up and speak out. And if a narcissist has a problem with that, even if they claim to be a Christian, I don't give a shit. Do you know why? Honey Badger don't give a shit. Alright, hey guys, I just got an idea earlier today. I'm actually thinking about setting up a weekend seminar or training to come in to learn NLP skills for communication, social power, social influence, how to gain confidence, how to stand your ground, all the stuff that I've been doing for 30 years in personal development, but more specifically designed for people who've dealt with the trauma of dealing with the narcissist. If you think you would be interested in flying out to California or flying me out to your business for something like that, let me know. Go to MikeKollin.com, MikeKollin.com. Alright guys and ladies, this is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Remember, click that subscribe button now if you haven't subscribed. With this channel is taking off and we're starting to have a lot of fun. Remember, stand your ground, stand up, speak out, and be loud. Again, click subscribe, click like, make a comment, and make a donation. It's right there in the description box. And if you want to make a donation another way, go to my website, MikeKollin, MikeKollin.com, and buy one of my dating relationship books. Goodbye. Goodbye, and God bless you guys. Peace.